Well, eventually it looked like a stroll in the park, no hiccups, hardly any such moments of trouble for the Pakistani batters. Well, the opposition just did not have enough runs. So this show can be a stroll in the park for me because of the two gentlemen on the other side on those fancy, lovely, cushiony red sofas. Mr. Bhattacharya, Mr. Patel, I have been told that you guys had a really fancy dinner courtesy of Cricbuzz.
Yeah, we always have a good dinner here in
So you do
Cricbuzz.
agree Cricbuzz hospitality is good?
It is very good. We are not comparing with anyone.
Why get chai? Why get chai when you get fancy food?
Yes.
Okay, this is not a food show. Let's talk about the cricket. Let's take a look at how Pakistan went about this chase. Well, we've all talked about how their batting has been a huge plus, and this win without big runs from Babar Azam just goes to show that they have other options as well. Imam ul Haq among the runs, Mohammad Rizwan 63 not out. Fakhar Zaman looks slightly uneasy. We'll come to that performance as well. But 194 for 3 without any hiccups. Pakistan looked like they're on course.
Absolutely. I thought no, they batted really well. To Bangladesh credit, I thought their fast bowlers bowled really well to start with.
Yep.
We did speak about, you mentioned Fakhar Zaman, but I thought Imam ul Haq, I think rode his luck a bit. I thought, they were a bit lucky to, survive those LBW shouts. But I thought, all in all, Pakistan batting, we know they rely a lot on Babar Azam and Mohammad Rizwan. They want either of them to maybe get a big one. Today, in the last game, it was Babar Azam. So now today, it was turn of Mohammad Rizwan. So I think someone else had to, put their hand up and give us a substantial performance, and that we saw from Imam ul Haq today.
From a Bangladesh point of view, they'd look back and say, just not enough runs.
Absolutely, just not enough runs. This wasn't the easiest pitch to bat on. The occasional ball was keeping low, the occasional ball was flying through. So there was a bit of thing, there was a bit there in the pitch, and I thought the Bangladesh fast bowlers, exactly as he was saying, used that very well up front. Couple of heartbreaking decisions when that ball is just outside off stump, just outside leg, otherwise they would plumb LBWs if they'd just fallen in line. And, 2 times they missed it by a hairbreadth,
Yeah.
Even the second time when Tuskin wanted it, the captain looked at him and said, "Are you sure?" And he went up. But see, when you have 194, you have to go up.
Yep.
It's not that you have 250, 275, you want the game to go further. You have to try and start getting wickets as soon as possible, and that's what happened.
In that bowling car, there's one man who will sleep well with the belief that he gave it everything he had. Shoriful Islam with that brand new white ball in his hands. He was in the mood to do something special, and he really did trouble Fakhar Zaman a lot.
He did. I thought the setup of Fakhar Zaman was brilliant.
Yep.
The way he bowled those couple of overs initially, it was swinging really well. There was an opportunity straight away in first over itself where it fell short of first slip. But I thought that setup was brilliant. The classic dismissal, as we talk about, few outswingers and then one which comes back in. So that's something which was great to see. Usually you don't see that setup in a limited overs game, but I thought Shariful Islam was very good with his line and length, and he swung the ball. Remember, we speak about Shaheen Shah Afridi, who's known for his swinging the ball, which didn't swing. Maybe because it was an afternoon, but under lights it was swinging, and Bangladeshi bowlers did use that conditions to their effect.
Also, I exactly, when you have the benefit of sitting with somebody who's been an international keeper of his quality, the first thing he turns around and says is, I think Mushfiqur is standing too far back, and he should be adjusting early. And then the ball just fell short of first slip, that same Shariful Islam ball that he's talking about. The very next ball, Mushfiqur moved forward, and I said, if Parthiv was in his ear, he could have told him, one ball earlier. Perhaps they might have had a wicket.
If only you guys could hear or see the kind of insights Parthiv Patel gives while off air. I can tell you, there's a TV episode there, Joy. I'm sure, maybe we can think of an idea where we record some of the insights that Parthiv shares. They're absolute gold, and a lot of that is in a sense a summary of all the cricket that he's played and all the coaching and the scouting that he does. I'll come back to Pakistan. Imam ul Haq, very often Babar Azam is the top story, but Imam ul Haq spent a fair bit of time. He played 84 deliveries, 5 fours and 4 sixes. He waited for his time, and when the delivery was there to be hit, he backed himself.
Absolutely, and there was a certain calmness about the way he batted. I think he has that same sort of lazy elegance that his uncle had, that, he always never looks hurried. And in fact, today he was looking a little more circumspect than he normally does, but he never looks really hurried. And one of the things is that even if you get beaten 2 or 3 times, a lot of batsmen get flustered. I don't think he gets that flustered. He waited for it. he rode that period to. And what is good news for Pakistan is who's got runs for you in your first match? Babar Azam and Iftikhar. And here you've got Rizwan getting runs, Imam ul Haq getting runs. So for them, this is like a perfect preparation.
Yeah.
You know, everyone is coming and ticking one box off.
What is it about these ul Haqs that they are unfazed by anything that's happening around them? You would have seen from the other end, you would have seen Fakhar Zaman getting really troubled by Shoriful, but it didn't seem to trouble this guy at all. Imam was on a planet of his own.
It's in the family, probably. But I thought, he rightly put it across. Yes, obviously Fakhar Zaman was getting troubled, but Imam ul Haq himself was getting troubled as well. The way
He was.
there were a couple of LBW decisions. There was when Mehdi Hasan came in, Miraz came in. There was an LBW decision then also. But it's very easy to drift away from your own plans when you can get hit on the pads so many times in an inning. But he did not. He stuck to his plan. He used his feet really well against Shakib Ul Hasan, and he used his feet really well against Mehdi Hasan Miraz was also. But this time he was going back in the crease and played those 2 sixes over mid-wicket. So yeah, I mean, it is about sticking to your plans. It is about knowing your strengths and sticking it for a longer period of time. That's exactly what Imam ul Haq did today.
We were on Cricbuzz Combox when Babar Azam's wicket fell, and we came back and saw the replay. A touch unlucky. He would have enjoyed batting on this pitch.
Yeah. See, he would have enjoyed batting anywhere. The kind of batter
only
he
the
is.
bowlers don't.
Yeah, only the bowlers don't enjoy bowling to him. But sometimes it happens. You're not going to score runs in every game, and obviously we all know what quality Babar Azam has. But to be honest, I think you got to give credit to Taskin here. I think the way he has bowled today. He deserved that wicket, and I know it was inside edge and all of that, but the way he was hitting that length with the new ball, he came in, and remember, he got a wicket in the 16th over, where ball wasn't that new. But to get a wicket of Babar Azam, I'm sure that would have given him a lot of confidence.
So Babar Azam got out at the score of 74. They were 74 for 2, and in came Mohammad Rizwan, and he obviously understood his role there. They didn't have to do anything funny, but Mohammad Rizwan, it seemed like he knew that this total was always going to be within their reach, and he said, I'm going to take my time and just play an innings that gives me confidence for matches that are coming up in the future.
I think Mohammad Rizwan did what he has been doing it. He plays spin really well. He sweeps really well. As you said, he didn't do anything funny. He didn't do anything extra. He didn't take any extra chances. That's exactly what you want. He's been amongst runs in all formats, so he knows that he's in a good touch. And team relies on him. And especially when you're batting at number 4, you needed an anchor, someone who just plays through, rotates the strike around, and whenever there's an opportunity, he would convert that into a big shot. And that's what he has been doing it for the last couple of years. He's been in a purple form. So, that's exactly what he did today. And that should give him a lot of confidence. And important thing is he stayed not out. I think to me, for any batter, especially top order batsman, when you stay not out, I think that gives more confidence to you.
Far more than the individual batting stories, is that partnership of 85 over 104 between Rizwan and Imam, which has got to be the top story for Pakistan in this match.
Exactly, and 2 players who didn't get runs in the previous day, they've just got themselves runs, they're playing themselves into form. This is a very good time for Pakistan cricket because, every one of the top 6, now 5 of the batsmen have shown some kind of form. And I think that's what they'll be looking at moving forward, saying that let's get this order to bat as much as possible. Now they've got opportunities. And what the interesting thing was, when they finally got close enough, they started to go to finish it. And I think it's important for them because while they wanted the win, they also wanted to make sure it was a comprehensive enough win to make sure that, where you're there on the card, your chances of reaching the finals are hugely increased.
Yes, hardly any hiccups. As I said, it was only 194 to chase, and with little partnerships, they did the job. Eventually, Pakistan got home, and they've notched up their first win in this Super 4 stage. Let's now talk a little bit about the Bangladesh bowling. Shakib Al Hasan bowled 5.3 overs, came into bowl for the first time in the 28th over as their premier bowler in terms of skill and experience. Should he have come in a little bit earlier?
No, I would, to be honest, because the way Taskin was bowling, the way the Shariful Islam was bowling, and the way Hassan Mahmood was bowling, I think said 194. If you had to defend 194, there was only one way they could have defended, is by getting 10 wickets of Pakistan bowlers. And at this point of time, there was hardly any spin on the wicket. Your best bowlers were first 3 fast bowlers, and that's exactly what he took their chances. He probably bowled them till 17th or 18th over, and then when Hassan came in. So see, that's what, as a captain, you have to take that call. I know you're a premier bowler. You are a completely different bowler if you're playing in Bangladesh. But in these conditions, you have to give your main bowlers, whoever is bowling well, to give best opportunity. And that's exactly what he did today, I thought.
Just a quick correction, it wasn't the 28th over, it was the 26th over when he came into bowl. 5.3, 31 not out. What else could he have done?
No, just let's look at that card again, okay? And I'll tell you why I want to look at it. Just to reinforce his point, normally at this point, when you see the bowling card, Tuskin and Shariful, you've saved at least 5 overs. No. They're not going to bowl more than 5 overs. Hassan Mahmood will be bowling 5 overs. So you would have had 15 overs from the fast bowlers maybe by this 37, 38, 39th over. You would have definitely saved at least 4-5 overs of Tuskin for the end for Shariful. So what you've seen out here is exactly what Parthiv has said. They threw their best cards. They knew the only chance was pace. And the other thing, the moment they realized the pitch was a bit, the bounce was a bit variable, the chances of a fast bowler, what happened with Tuskin Ahmed, the ball just sat on Babar Azam. He couldn't get his bat down on time. So I think he's an extremely confident of his own ability, Shakib Hassan. So if he's not tossed the ball to himself or Mehdi Hassan, it means the fast bowlers, he thought the fast bowlers had a better chance of getting wickets.
A good leader is one that doesn't pretend, doesn't hide behind silly excuses. And, well, he's hit the nail on the head after the match. He said, we played some ordinary shots on a wicket like this. We should not have lost 4 wickets in 10 overs. That's where they lost that game.
Yeah, I mean, that's something which, we've been talking about. I thought 194 was a below par score, but to be honest, I thought Bangladesh fought really well with field and the way they bowled. As Joyla rightly put in, that they had put in their best foot forward, but unfortunately, they did not have enough runs on the board.
Imam ul Haq has also said, not the most fluent innings. It's good to see that he isn't entirely satisfied with what he did today.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's a very graceful player, and both of them, they're elegant, graceful players.
Yeah.
And he looked a bit ordinary. Player of his quality, the ball hitting the pads that often, you don't see that happen. So clearly he was not there. But what is more important is the fact that he played through it.
Yep.
See, whenever you should always be scared of players or teams who win when they play badly. Yeah. And he'll tell you that CSK, when they were these absolute champion side, they'd had these horrible matches where for 38 overs the opposition would dominate. 2 overs they'd play and they'd win the game, And that is the quality of champions. That on difficult days, on good days you're going to win anyway.
Yep.
But on difficult days when you get out a victory, and I think that's why this innings of Imam is very important. It's an innings of character.
A little bit more on what's happened to Bangladesh today. Shanto had started to become plan A for them until he got injured. And suddenly when he was not around, they were wondering what to do. Plan B, Litton Das has just come in. It's not easy, right? That transition, when a player is doing really well, suddenly you lose him. It can lead to a bit of panic in that batting group.
It can, but see, you can't do anything about injuries, can you? I mean, if injuries happen, you can't do anything about it. But Bangladesh did play some poor shots. I mean, it wasn't just Litton Das came in. He's been an experienced player. He's led Bangladesh before. He's got 100 behind his name. So it's not that you're just getting in a rookie in your side. So that's something which obviously Bangladesh will look back and see. And we heard it from Shakib Hassan himself that we lost too many wickets early on. But it does hamper your chances when you lose out on someone who's on a prolific form as Shanto was.
Pakistan will get 3 or 4 days off. They next play India on Sunday, and they are starting to look more and more dangerous. Hopefully the rain will stay away. This is the Super 4 table, a massive win for Pakistan, plus 1.051 with this win against Bangladesh. India will be hoping to get off the mark with a big win against Pakistan on Sunday. But Pakistan starting to tick every possible box, except spin maybe.
Yeah, spin. I think there's a story there. There's spin also. There's this, always, again, if you want to be a naysayer or somebody who believes in doom and gloom, you'll say, are they peaking too early? All these things you can discuss. But the fact of it is, they're looking really good at this point. They have a little weakness in spin. But then every team has more than a little weakness. So they'll say, we'll manage.
Well, that is that from Lahore for the Asia Cup. The caravan now moves to Colombo. The next match of the Super 4 stage will be played on Saturday. There's a 2-day gap because remember, teams have to move to Colombo. It is Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. It will be played on Saturday. It's a must-win game for Bangladesh. If they lose that game, It will be goodbye. See you at the World Cup.
Yeah, it will be, but I think it's going to be tough for Bangladesh.
Yep.
You said 2 day gap. That means the 1 day they'll have to travel from Pakistan to Sri Lanka. Recover, play in a completely different conditions. I thought Lahore wicket was absolute pata, as we always said, but Sri Lanka wicket is not as easy to bat on. But if you look at other way around, there will be assistance from the wicket for the bowlers also. And remember, Bangladeshi bowlers actually enjoys the conditions where there is help from the wicket. So it'll be an interesting one for Bangladesh. I think the important thing is how quickly they are recovering from this loss and they put in behind.
One specific area of improvement, Bangladesh.
Top order batting, just more responsible shot making.
Yeah.
I mean, Litton does look at it. He had 16 of 13 balls, 4 fours. All his runs were scored up boundaries. He was looking perfect touch. And then it's a shot. It's the decision making that's been a problem for them. And I think that's what they need to look at it. Because they have the young guns now. They have these powerful young hitters, Shamim, Litton. They're all really, really good hitters of the ball. They just need to decide when to use the shot out.
Mira still on top for you?
Look, now Miraj has to be on top.
Yeah.
Because now your problem is that, again, you're in the same situation as you were when you were in the league stage, which is that if you don't have you need big wins now. Just winning is not enough because you've lost by 1.0. 1.0 is a huge, huge margin. So that's the problem they have. They have to now win big.
On the other hand, Sri Lanka have won 12 consecutive one-day internationals, and in all those 12 matches, they've got the opposition all out. Lots of boxes being ticked there as well. The form of Kusal Mendes with the bat, Asalanka coming good, Pathirana is getting better with each day. So Sri Lanka, the mood and the mahal in the camp should be very upbeat.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it says when you win 12 games in a row, you obviously have done a lot of things right, and that is the reason why you find yourself into this kind of situation. And see, you're playing at home, you're playing in front of your home crowd. That also helps. But yeah, I think Pathirana coming good. Tikshana has been really good. Asalanka, I always thought that Asalanka is immensely talented player. He probably didn't do justice to his talent as yet. But good to see him scoring runs as well. And Kusal Mendes, we've seen how well he can bat. So and obviously they would want Dasun Shanaka, the captain, to come good. I thought he has potential to win big games, which we've seen in T20 format as well. So yeah, I think Sri Lanka is definitely looking good. And no one's talking about Sri Lanka, but this is a team which is still in transition period. But I think they are also ticking quite a few boxes here.
Enough spin options available as well, Joy. Yes, they are playing in Colombo, but they have Dhananjay De Silva who can bowl spin. Dunit Velalage bowled really well. Pathirana is in terrific form. Tikshana always going to be more than a handful on that pitch.
No, exactly. And again, I have to reiterate this. A team which is missing their four of their top bowlers.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a huge thing. Hasaranga not there, Madhushankar not there, Lahiru Kumara not there, Dushmantha Chamira not there. Missing 4 top options and you're still bowling so well, you're still winning matches. I think that's a great, great achievement because the last match that they won, and the last match was a tight match. Till then, they've really, they've managed to cruise through. The wins that they had in the World Cup qualifiers were very comprehensive wins. But this last match, obviously, luck played a part in it, some terrible decision making. We don't even want to talk, we've talked enough about that. But they won the match. At the end of the day, a W will come against their name. And I think that's what this side is showing, resilience. I also have the same problem with them. I think Shanaka has to come to the party.
Let's bring up the Bangladesh squad once again, since this match is going to be played in Colombo. In Pallekele, they played 3 spinners. Is there a case for Bangladesh to bring back Mehdi Hassan for Afif Hussain, who hasn't done much? Also, since Mohammad Naeem isn't among the runs, would you try to bring back debutant Tanzid Tamim, who sort of was dropped after that duck in that opening game, in his debut game?
Not really. I thought he did obviously got only one opportunity, but he was dropped. But now that you are in Super4s, you don't want to change so many things. Yes, batting has not clicked for Bangladesh as yet. I mean, they did really well in Colombo, but here I thought the decisions which we've been talking about. But if you're in a Bangladesh camp, you are still, we've been talking about transition period. You want players to give as much opportunity as you want, so that they gain that confidence. And in subcontinent conditions, you never know about Bangladesh. They can surprise anyone. So stability is something which Shakibul Hasan would be thinking of, and no matter what the result is here in Asia Cup, he would want to go with a stable playing 11 going into World Cup.
Extra spinner for you, Joy? For Afif Hussain or?
They have enough spin. I mean, if they look at it, there are other people they could have thrown the ball to as well. Today, Afif played. So, Afif can also bowl a bit, A lot of them can actually bowl. So, you have another couple of bowlers who can bowl spin out there. It's just that they haven't used them under these circumstances. Also, remember one more thing, that when you're going from Lahore to Colombo, you'll also be carrying an umbrella with you because, those things will also change out there. So, there are a variety of other factors which will come into play. And I agree with him that the Lahore kind of wickets don't suit a team like Bangladesh. I think Colombo will suit them much more.
Players to watch out for before we say goodbye. One each.
I feel Shakibul Hasan. I think someone every time Bangladesh.
Easy pick.
No, easy. It's not easy pick. I'm just going to the pattern. Every time Bangladesh has been pushed to the ropes, I think Shakibul Hasan every time has put his hand up and given a proper match-winning performance. So I think Shakibul Hasan is something which a player to watch out for. Sri Lanka and Asalanka. I like Asalanka. I mean, the way he bats and probably lefty.
His favorite as well.
Yeah,
my favorite as well.
I really like Asalanka. I mean, if I had to pick any player from any side, I would pick Asalanka.
2 for you.
Yeah, he's taken both my picks. But that's
it's okay.
They're all my favorites as well.
Sir, इस class में copy allowed है.
No. I actually want to see Lutandaz do well because I feel that if he does well, it'll make a huge difference. I want to see Lutandaz do well. And for Pakistan's sake, I would like to see Shadab Khan get a little bit more confidence out there.
Well, it's been a long day.
Sorry. Why am I talking about Pakistan? I should be talking about Sri Lanka.
Which is why I said it's been a long day.
It has been a very long day. But I mean, Sri Lanka definitely, Pathirana, the way he's improving, the way he's on his way up, so I have to do. But I can't imagine.
Joyda is thinking of India-Pakistan game.
Actually, India-Pakistan.
Already there.
He's building up to India-Pakistan.
Yeah, we're always building up to India-Pakistan. इस World Cup के बाद 2027 World Cup में क्या होगा? हमारे पास और कोई काम धंधा है ही नहीं. But it's been a fun day on Cricbuzz Live, and Joy, you and I would agree that today's Cricbuzz Live player of the match is Parthiv Patel's purple jacket.
No, thanks. It was a joyful day today.
Oh, sir. क्या बात है? On that really colourful note, on that really purple note, we're going to get Mr. Bhattacharya to tell us the answer to Joy Factor and the winner. But पहले सवाल तो दिखा दो भैया. हमको सवाल ही याद नहीं रहता आजकल.
Okay, 2 cricketers made their one-day international debut together against India in 2015. One was the player of the match, and the other has the highest individual one-day international score for his country. Name both. And it's obviously something related to today. It's Bangladesh and it's Mustafizur and Liton Das. Mustafizur got 5 wickets on debut. Yeah. He got a 5 for 50 on debut against India at Mirpur, I think it was. And Liton, of course, didn't do much in that match, but his 176 is the highest individual score for Bangladesh in this format, which is why I think he needs to really come to the party.
Who got it right? Come on, bring up that name very quickly.
Rohit.
What is with these Rohits, sir? Yeah. Do you have this army of Rohits or what?
No, exactly. I don't know which. This is another Rohit, but he's also answered one before. So the Rohit brigade is getting stronger and stronger now.
That's what we need.
What India needs India needs more Rohits.
The golden annals of Cricbuzz Live history tell me that once upon a time, there was a red table that was very famous. Now it's time for us to do something new. And so, without asking for Parthiv's permission, sir, if I may, I've just asked you for your permission. Sorry. How about we gift a purple jacket to every winner of Joy Factor, sir? Courtesy of Mr. Patel. He's a big man, he can afford, sir.
Yeah.
Purple jacket?
Yeah, definitely.
Done?
Yeah, done.
So Rohit Surve, is he getting a purple jacket?
No, from next game.
Okay. Listen, we do a lot of paperwork. Without paperwork and without proper formal approvals, we can't say much. But in spirit, you can just imagine that you have a purple jacket autographed by Mr. Patel.
One more thing is, every time I'm on the English show, they'll get purple jacket. And until Asia Cup.
We are not letting you go, sir. We have a bed ready for you, sir.
I'm not doing any English show after this.
He's immediately going downstairs.
A smart boy. And the smart thing to do for me now is to wrap it up. It's 10:15. If you haven't had your dinner, please enjoy yourself. 2 दिन की छुट्टी है. मस्ती मत करना. See you on Saturday at 2:30 p.m. Good night, sweet dreams.